Gaffer, if we start with the news of Neil McDonald rejoining the club, how pleased are you to get him in the building?
Yeah, really pleased. Obviously we've been looking for a couple of weeks now, especially that kind of experienced type. And when I met Neil last week, it's a no-brainer really. Hit it off. You know, he was desperate, well not desperate. He really wanted to come work with us. Obviously we weren't looking for just a coach. We wanted that kind of, you know, we're a young sort of skeleton staff, so we need that as much experience as we need. And you know, obviously Neil fits the bill massively. You know, he's been in for a couple of days now. He's been brilliant. You know, I think we can learn a lot from him. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to working with him now, and I'm sure we'll, you know, pass that sort of experience and knowledge onto the group.
And you touched on it there, that obviously we're a young staff, and losing someone of Rob Kelly's experience, how important was it to fill that void?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, obviously what Rob gave us kind of off the pitch as well. We kind of when we were looking for a new coach, we spoke to one or two, and we just felt that kind of experienced one, especially Neil's been here before, same as Rob. Kind of knows the sort of workings of the club's a little bit quirky, a little bit different to everyone else. That we train here and play there. So you know, he fit the bill, and like I said, when I met him kind of last week, you know, his enthusiasm to come in here to help, you know, was massive, and I'm delighted that he's here. I'm really looking forward to learning and working with him. And
looking back at last Saturday, reflecting on it, do you feel like it was just one of them games where just a couple of moments didn't go forward?
Yeah, look, I think you know, it was a tough week. So me personally, off the pitch, I think, and losing 2 games, and it could have so easily have gone a different way. A mistake and a moment in the Bromley game. Just felt there's a lot of negativity from that, and then it kind of went into Saturday. Regardless of the performance, you know, obviously because we lost the game, you know, it really obviously again negative after the game, which is absolutely fine. Look, I'm not going to look at social media because I'm not going to look at me getting battered or whatever. But you know, I totally get it. Emotions run high after the game. I'm emotional as well. You know, I'm desperate to do well for people, especially the owners and fans. You know, everyone works so hard to try and win football matches. The game itself, I thought there were really pleasing things. We got, you know, I think 33 crosses into the box. We got in behind, you know, the most we've had all season. But you know, looking back, is it the quality were nowhere near good enough when we got in them good areas, whether it was a cross selection, pass selection in them areas, we just didn't get right. And then our kind of runs and our aggressive attacking nature within the box, with bodies in the box, we just didn't get enough of. And look, they've scored 2 goals from like a counter attack really, and punished us when we've had a lot of crosses, and our quality just weren't good enough. And then the moments that we had, set piece, racks his header, you know, Kano's one-on-one, and Mike's kind of sort of open goal at the end kind of just summed it out really. We didn't have enough of those moments, but when we did have those moments, they took their opportunities and we didn't. And then because we've lost the game, obviously then I think it amplifies because we had a sort of tough start to the season, and then when we're in that spell where we're, you know, sort of winning games of football, or you know, we're top 5 or 6 in the Form League the last 8 games. I think we're top 9 in the last 9 games, but we haven't really moved anywhere. So when we have a defeat, it amplifies a little bit because of where we are in the league. Look, it's frustrating, obviously. You know, we're desperate to win football games and get further on the league, and we need to do that starting from Saturday.
So then, how much does this trip to Newport excite you? A chance to bounce back in a long trip?
Yeah, look, obviously, when you have a defeat, you want that game as quickly as possible, so you kind of wish it was Tuesday. You know, obviously, it's a different game now, Saturday, new manager, first game at home. He's had, obviously, a week to work with them, so it's a bit of a different game. Like, obviously, when I come in last year, and sort of a bad run, and I come in, new manager bounce, and we win 3-0 against a sort of a good Grimsby team then, or who were flying. So it's got that same vibe about it, but we have to be right mentally to try and approach the game. You know, they're going to be on it. They're going to be, you know, the crowd are going to be up for it, etc. So we have to make sure we start the game really well. And look, if we play the way we want to play, and we tidy up that ruthlessness from Saturday in both boxes, we've got the quality to go and win a game. Like we've beat, you know, top of the league, etc. We've just got to find that consistency, and hopefully we find that Saturday.
And looking at the squad, some positive news. Jack Erie in a full week of training again, and Tom Barkhuizen as well. Some big news. He's
two good attacking players, especially Tom, who's probably one of our top creators this season. He hasn't really had a proper run of games. He's kind of been stop-start, come in late, missed all the pre-season, so it was a slow start. He's took up a couple of knocks as well on the way, but he's really, really important for us. He's obviously playing at a higher level. He's like I said, creating. When he plays for us, he's got pace in behind, so it's really exciting that he's back. Again, we have to we want to have him for a longer spell, so we have to manage him. Jack has been now back for a couple of weeks, but he's had a good full week, and it's two important players and two players who will help us in that attacking sense as well.
And there'll be another trip for the fans, another long trip. Just how much are you looking forward to seeing them in South Wales?
Yeah, look, I mean, the fans have their right to have a go after Saturday and the defeat, and I totally get that. Away from home, they've been outstanding in terms of travelling in numbers. Look, we've got a very, very good, one of the top away teams in the league, and we have to make sure we give the fans something to cheer about. That's on us. Especially in an attacking sense, we've got to do more in the attacking third. I know we've struggled with personnel all season. We've only got one fit striker available so far for Saturday. But in other areas we've got to score from all areas of the pitch. So the onus is on us to make the fans obviously go home happy, cheer, get excited about us. So why not on Saturday, and we'll give everything to try and win a football game like we do every game.
Cheers, Gaffer.